My name is Jack Hodgins. Welcome back to my channel, Cloud123 IT Services. Well, it's IT support type channel. And I wanted to touch base with the new Microsoft sort of forcing the Windows 10 updates on your PC. So if you're running Windows 7 at the moment, or Windows 8.1 or Windows X, or whatever the version number is, you'll probably find that you're forced to run Windows 10. You probably noticed recently there's been an update saying a little thing pops up in the top bottom corner of your screen down here, or by your clock basically, that says you can now install Windows 10 update. Right, if you've been watching my channel, you've been looking at the Windows 10 I've been done recently, you'll notice that I don't like the Windows upgrade because it's crap. I tried upgrading before when they first launched out Windows 10, and they started notifying you that you can have a free upgrade if you're running 7 or running Windows 8. Now I've tried a few attempts doing run the upgrade, and it's not worked out. It's slow, it's tedious, and it leaves a lot of the old Windows files still on your system, so it eats up more space. It doesn't do a clean wipe or clean install. It migrates all your applications over to Windows 10, leaving a lot of mess behind, and then you get all these like issues, slowness, sluggishness, and it just gets completely. I mean, I've been installing Windows since Windows 3.11. We're talking about years and years ago, and I've found all the process of upgrading, running Windows 3.11 to 95, 95 to 98, 98 to ME, and so forth, always been crap. I remember doing a big rollout, and I spoke to my boss at the time and said, forget the update. It's going to cost you more money in IT time to rectify the issues the upgrade gives you. But they still insist moving along, so they still pushed us to do it. So we did the install. After doing install on 5 machines, I gave up. I walked out because they all was pants. There was a lot of fixing that to go on. I said to my boss, "You're gonna have to send them full version of Windows Update. We'll go and wipe and rebuild it much more simpler." Eventually, we did. It cost the company a fortune to doing it. So in my experience, it's been my personal experience. Windows upgrades always have been shite. Seriously, shite. I would myself would not even bother with an upgrade. I mean, I've got a Windows machine over there, and I would wipe the Windows off of it, back up my personal data, because that application you can always reinstall yourself anyway. I would wipe it clean and have a full version of Windows 10 going on, because a lot of the Windows 10 I've been testing, I've got lots of old hardware that I've had hanging around for ages. I've recently been installing Windows 10 on all those bits of hardware to see how it handled old crap machines to the latest machines, and I found out when you install on an old PC, it gives you speed back. I must say that the full version of Windows 10 is it's a better product Microsoft has ever done to date. And when I installed it on an old machine, it gave me some speed back. Even the current Windows running on it, when it was Windows, I think I had a Windows 7, I had run a machine running an older version on there, and it was sluggish. As soon as I put Windows 10 on it as a full install, wipe off, format the drive, full Windows install on there, it was perfect. It gave a little bit of life back, even gave a tiny little bit of speed back. It was great because it revived that bit of hardware to have it for another 6 months or a year, and I thought that was brilliant. I thought it's absolutely brilliant. Best product, best Windows Microsoft's done, long as it is a full version, not the update. Now, with this, now what Microsoft's been doing is now been saying in the press, we're going to force the update on you guys. So if you haven't already upgraded through the upgrade through Windows, they're going to force it. I think it's going out now, but they're totally making it to particular areas to upgrade. If you think about it, if they push it all out to everybody in the world to upgrade, it cause a lot of bandwidth issues on Microsoft data centers. They will have actual field day things shutting down because the whole world will be going, whoa. So they're actually feeding in different particular areas around the world until everybody has the update forced on them. So if you've not got an update, forced update, down the bottom on your theme, it will have a little one showing, do you want to upgrade to Windows? Just ignore it for the moment. You can turn it off in Windows. I'm going to do a video next few days to show you how you can turn your updates off so they can get completely ignored. So if you don't want to be pushed to run Windows 10 on your PC, then I can show you how you can actually avoid doing that. And it's very straightforward. If you already know, it's just that you're turning your update settings off, then you can update and upgrade when you want to upgrade, not when they tell you to upgrade. So that to avoid it. And if you want to avoid any issues with the upgrade process as well, because it could lose data, it could lose applications. It's one of those hit or misses. I've tried a few times. I've just had issues with it completely. It hasn't migrated properly, loss of data, and it's been a bit of a nightmare. So I wouldn't even bother. So turn those updates off, and when it gets around to forcing it on you, they won't be able to force it onto you because your updates will be off. It's only forced through the Windows updates. So they don't know how to get onto your PC. They don't sort of tell you. So if you make sure your Windows updates are off, because if you're a type of person leaves your PC switched on all day long and overnight as well, especially with downloading stuff overnight, movie files or have you got you do have people out to do that. You'll find during the night it'll probably end up doing an update. You find in the morning you've got Windows 10 installed on your machine. So if you're not happy with that, then turn your Windows updates off. So let you know it's happening now. I don't know if you already have it, but I'm not sure which areas are particularly choosing. Whether they're going to be choosing UK, US, Spain, France. I don't know how they're going to do it. I know they're going to region it down. And I think each country is quite huge, depending on how many users in that country use Windows products itself, where they're going to tie it down to particular sort of time frames, particular areas. I don't know how they do it, but that's what they're going to do it. So that's been announced. It's been all over the UK news at the moment as well, and there's been obviously lots of things on the press as well, sort of saying that Windows is shoving this down your throat, whether you like it or not. You know, you're going to have Windows 10 on it. You know, we own these PCs. We own our own PCs, so we should have our own choices what we want to run on it. If we want to run Windows 7 on it to actually doesn't exist anymore, then that's our choice. That's your choice, not Microsoft's choices. You know, it's our choice. And if we wanted to run the Windows 10, we want it at our own time, not their time, basically. I'm not sure it's a free upgrade because there's a bit of an issue. If you install Windows as fresh standard, you have to buy the full version of Windows 10. So it comes in about 100 quid, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, that's roughly. I think I paid £100 the last time I did it. So it's £100, but at least then you know you can upgrade when you want to, and you can safeguard all your data and go from there. At least then you give you time to find out if the applications you are running do actually work. Because that's the other thing is Windows don't understand. You've probably purchased a lot of apps or programs you've run that are only run particularly late, Windows 7 for instance. There may be apps you love running, but they've not got any updates since, so it's not going to be compatible with Windows 10. So do you want to be forced Windows 10 on you so those don't want to work? You pay a lot of money on those sort of apps, you know? That's the sort of thing we're trying to get out here. I'm trying to let you guys know that you don't want this forced upon you. And Microsoft shouldn't have to force on you. Do you ever see Apple force Apple products on them? So you're going to upgrade your Windows. They give you options and choices. You know, like Apple will bring out a new OS X, but puts it in the store and says, "There's a new one. It's up to you." Apple's software has always been great because the OS update for Apple's always been free. I mean, I remember when I first got my Apple, I paid £20 for the new version of OS X. I thought it was pretty good. 20 quid compared to about 100 quid that Microsoft does it. Pretty fair deal. But since then, they've actually given it for free. So every time there's an update, it's free, but you download it when you want to download it. But I do find that the Mac OS, from every version they've done so far, and I've been through about 4 or 5 versions with them, the migration of their updates, because I've never done a full install, like wipe Apple off and then reinstall on. I've actually done their updates, and it's been pucker. All the software migrates nicely, even your data, no data loss. I've never even backed up my Mac when I'm doing it. Pucker. Microsoft should take a note out of their book and should actually speak to OS X, say, how would you do it seamlessly, nicely, you know, and then do that, because then people won't have problems, you know, but they don't. Microsoft their own thing, basically. So, yeah, so I'm looking at this blog at the moment on Windows 10 where they're sort of saying we're going to push this out whether you like it or not, basically. They want everybody to be on Windows 10. It's just another way of dominating the world with Windows 10. Do we want to be dominating? You know, I like Windows for certain things. I like Mac for other things. You know, so either one over or you know, I do like the Mac the most because it's so much more easier to delete applications, reinstall applications. The migration process is simple and easy. Always work 100%. Microsoft, oh, it's a bit hit or miss, and you know, and I've been looking after and supporting Microsoft for years for various companies, and I've been in business for 15 years with Windows, sorting out people's issues and stuff, and it's always a bloody mess. It's a headache, you know. So, but the trouble is, if I did just Mac only, there probably won't be a lot of work for me. Obviously, Windows, they create a lot of work for everybody, especially IT companies. They create a lot of work for them because they're crap products. But yeah, so Windows 10. they don't really sort of say launch dates when it's happening. Some people say it's happening now. So long as you've got a Windows 7 or Windows 8.1 customer, then you'll get the update forced down on you. If you're running an older version prior to Windows 7, then you're okay. It's not forced on you, so you don't have that option. So you're safe. So only the people that are running Windows 7 or Windows 8 that has this forced upon you on the upgrades. So that would be done through the Windows Upgrade Control Panel. Microsoft spokesman said this is intuitive and trusted place people go to find recommended and optional updates to Windows. In recent Windows updates, this option was checked as a default. This was a mistake, and we are removing Windows 10 from Windows updates users that are not reserved a copy of Windows 10. Okay, so it looks like they're doing something here. So just be on the safe side, turn your Windows updates off until we know exactly whether it's going to be forced upon you or not, because they're saying here it is, and then there's obviously someone else is saying it's not, but you can't trust Microsoft. So yeah, just to be a bit careful. So it's just a quick live. I thought I'd do this as a live chat anyway to let you guys know. Just be careful. Turn your Windows updates off now. Keep checking on the Microsoft website or certain blogs, or check out my channel, and I'll let you know when it's all safe to say, yeah, you can put your updates back on again. They're not going to force it through for you. So it's interesting to know. Or check the hashtags out. So if you're a very hashtaggy person on Twitter, they have a hashtag Windows 10 that you can check on, so you can see what news and what people are talking about, whether they are or not, and stuff, way of catching up and stuff. So if I don't see it before you guys see it, then let me know either way. So comment below on this video. So if you know anything different from this. So just literally an advisory, just to say, be careful. I've got a lot of people out there on Windows 7 and Windows 8, and they don't like changes. They don't like things forced upon them. So it's a good way just to get the message out anyway. So thanks guys for watching. So remember, if you like my channel, please subscribe, and please comment below. And I should have on here a link up here, here somewhere, to other videos I've been doing as well. I've got some more videos coming up this week. We're going to talk more about Windows 10, what apps, talk about apps, Office. We're going to talk about data storages and the cloud and our various bits and pieces. We've got some nice tech stuff to review very shortly as well. So keep an eye out for the channel for that. So thanks for you guys all watching, the ones who are watching. Cheers. And we're going to do some I might do some regular live updates on here as well, talking about a bit of IT stuff and get more you guys interacting. I'm using Blub, blub.in on local chats, and also do periscoping as well. So check on my Twitter, which is at Cloud123 Services, I think it is. But all my details are on my YouTube channel up there somewhere. There's links here on the YouTube channel to check out. So follow me on that one, and I'll do these regularly as well, so you guys can interact with issues that you have that you want me to solve. So I'm happy to do that for you. So thanks again, guys. So cheers.